Hello everybody. Here we got another rotary converter. This is a nice little portable unit, also made by Carter. Just to do some size comparison, we have a little tissue box just to compare the size on it. So this is not a very big unit. I got this one through eBay as well, and the seller mentioned that it was included in a lot containing military surplus items. And as you see, there is a tag right here. I guess that's a military identification number of some sort. And this one was also a used item and untested, so again I was up for some lottery game here, and it appeared that this unit had an issue, which we will see in about a minute. So let's open up the enclosure and have a look at it. Those springs are really strong. There we go. There she is. And nice and clean. Apparently this has been spending most of its life inside this enclosure, and when I checked it out after I got it, there was quite a lot of carbon dust around the unit. It was dirty. I was all dusty, and this one was dirty on the inside. So apparently this unit had been used quite frequently in the past. So I guess this is one of the smaller, maybe not the smallest, but one of the smaller Carter converters. Let's take a closer look at the nameplate, if the camera can manage to focus properly. What it says, its input is 24 volts DC, rated amps is 10, output 150 volt AC at 1.3 amps, speed 3600. Yeah, that's it. Continuous duty. Yeah. Okay, this one apparently is loose on the base, so let's take a look under here. And here we can see two filter capacitors on the input and on the output as well, to smoothen things out a little bit, plus two fuses on the input side. Not much else. That's about it. What's under here? Okay, let's put it back together. And well, like I did with the other one, I guess we should take a peek inside, see what's hiding inside this the end covers. Okay, there are some rubber grommets where the cables are going in, so to be a bit careful. There we go. And here we are. Let's get some more lights here, and we can have a better look this was fairly dirty, and I haven't seen that on bigger motors, that the fan is actually located at the commutator side, but that's how it is here. The commutator was nice. There is can't feel any grooving or anything like that. All the bars are nice. When I measure the bars, resistance between the different bars, and they were all good. So the unit was in obviously good condition. And let's take a look at one of the brushes. And yeah, here you see these brushes it's not much left of it. They are worn down, obviously a bit beyond the wear mark, but they are nicely worn. No chipping, as you can see here, if the camera can focus. Yeah, they look good. So obviously this unit has been very frequently used. Back then it's been running for many hours, but I don't think the brushes have ever been replaced on it. I think this is still the first pair, and I guess that you could wear down probably 3 pairs of brushes until turning of the commutator becomes necessary. And yeah, it's frequently used. And well, this is something you have to expect when you buy a used item. Not only a converter like this, but any DC motor of used condition. This is to be expected. Let's take a look at the slip ring side. When I took a look inside it the first time, it was really dirty. Carbon dust came out and was all over the place. I wiped off the carbon dust on the inside of these covers, so it was fairly dirty. Okay, let's go. There we go. And this is the slip ring side, and the brushes here are actually quite good condition. The wear mark, I'm not sure if the camera can see it. See that little line there? That's the wear mark of the brushes. They are a lot smaller, the brushes on the slip ring side, or high voltage side if you wish. I don't think they have been replaced at all. The slip rings are in good condition. So let's see, it didn't quite in. Yeah, there we go. I've ordered new brushes from Carter, but they informed that this converter was manufactured probably in the 60s, so they would need to source brushes for a similar low voltage motor with similar specs and dimensions, and which they do have, but what I said, the brush springs may not be of the same tension, but I can, if ever, reuse the old springs if necessary. So yeah, still a bit dirty. So let's power this thing up, and I'm using the same trusty 24 volts power supply. I use it for the bigger Carter converter I have. Now I adjusted it down to 24 volts. This power supply has a max continuous draw of 50 amps, and the peak is close to 90. So it's quite powerful. Okay, here I made this is I'm not sure what kind of standard this is. I didn't manage to find something, but I managed to find an insert that goes here. So plus is on top like this. So at least for testing purposes, that's okay. Okay, that's there we go. And let's give it a spin. Tiny little spark on just during startup, but that's fine. I'm not sure how well you can hear it, but the bearings are noisy, and that's the issue with this thing. Back in the 60s, shielded bearings were filled with mineral lubricant, and that lubricant has probably dried out over the years. Although it's possible to carefully remove the metal shields and clean out the old grease and repack them, but when they are noisy like this, they may already have taken some damage, so they better be replaced. So let's measure the voltage and the frequency. Okay. 161 volts. That's way high. But it's not uncommon for those rotary converters to have a fairly high voltage when they are running unloaded. It's quite yeah. Although the other one, the bigger one I had, was more accurate. That one had 115 volts, was it? 120 volts. And the frequency is also high, 67.5 hertz. And yeah, the bearings are humming and singing quite loud. So they really need to be replaced. So while I'm waiting for the new brushes to arrive, I'm gonna take it apart and give it a good cleanup and fit new bearings on it. So, like I said, it's a nice little unit. Overall, good condition. The only real issue is the bearings, and I'm still impressed of how well made those Carter converters are. These are really good products. And as what you can see, it has been running in a fairly dust-free environment because it was really only carbon dust inside it. It wasn't much else. And yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it seems that this where the bearings are, this is a through bore, but to get access to the screws holding the bearing bracket, this bracket here, the brush holders will need to come off, but that's fine. They should have yeah, there is a hole with a tiny little screw underneath here, so that should be easy enough. Okay, I'm going to make another update video on this one when the bearings arrive, and I'm going to replace them so that you can see the unit apart, have a look at the components, the armature. So stay tuned and see you again. Thanks for watching.